Alrighty, Cougs, if you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's 10 o'clock. I want to say good morning and welcome to the fourth Daily Coug Connect. My name is Bogdan and I'm joining you from my room at home. I'll be your host for today's session. A brief background on me: I'm a health education coordinator in health promotion at Cougar Health Services. I coordinate the Booze, Sex, and Reality Checks program. I used to be a fitness instructor at the rec center and a personal trainer at a local gym. So health and wellness is a very important topic to me. And today I want to talk about several ways to adjust your self-care routine in the circumstance that is so new to a lot of us and that's completely different than just 3 weeks ago. And the goal today in the next 5 to 10 minutes is not to really learn anything new. It's just to bring some awareness to some of our old self-care routines, how they may have changed and how that might be affecting us working remotely. And then I just wanted to throw out just a couple ideas of how to get back into a good self-care routine. So most of us have built over time little things into our routine that are helping us stay healthy and happy. Whether we knew that we were doing this or not, we were. So for example, just 3 weeks ago, we were traveling to work. I was walking and cycling to work. And then after work, I was going to the rec center and exercising. And then after that, I may have been going out to get a drink or some food with some friends. I may have gone shopping. So the environments that I participated in were various, and I was getting a lot more steps in. I was socializing a lot more. And then in the past couple of weeks, things have really changed. So now I'm confined to a much smaller area. The kitchen is just 10 feet away. The bathroom is only 5 feet away. My bed is a foot away from me. And now I'm just confined to my house and my yard. And there's a lot less opportunities, or just there are still a lot of opportunities, but the way I'm socializing is very different. And so a lot of things have changed. And today I want to talk about the biggest things that have changed and ways to adjust our self-care routines so that we can continue staying healthy and happy under totally different circumstances. So the 3 things I just wanted to remind us about that are very important to me is how we socialize, how we're exercising, and make sure we're getting enough sleep. Now, as I'm briefly touching on each topic, I welcome you all to go ahead and drop some tips and share some resources in the chat box for other Cougs to look into and get some ideas from you. I don't have all the ideas and all the tips, but I'm hoping that we can do one of those Cougs helping Cougs things where we're sharing our ideas and helping each other stay healthy and happy. So socializing, I want to talk a little bit about how that's changed. I remember coming to work, and one of the first things I do is catch up a little bit with the people closest to me in my office. I might walk down the hall to fill up my water bottle and I'll see someone else. And there was a lot of unintentional and unexpected opportunities to socialize with people, and a lot of face-to-face interaction with people, whether I'm going to meetings. There was a lot of that happening. And now I'm finding myself that I'm waking up, and I'm waking up at work, which is my house. And the only other person in the house is my roommate. He's also upstairs at work. So there's a lot. I don't have the same unexpected social opportunities anymore. And now I'm also not going to the gym, and I'm not going out for a drink, so I'm not seeing people there. So now I got to think about, how am I making up for that? How am I staying connected with all my family and friends and being social and meeting those social needs that are incredibly important to my own health and wellness? So I'm going to throw out a couple ideas, and again, I welcome you to throw out or give me your creative ways that you found to stay connected with your family and friends, and please go ahead and do that in the chat box. So the way that you use Zoom for work meetings, that's a great way to stay connected with your friends right now. I know some people are getting together for happy hours and all sorts of social events through Zoom now. So you can get a lot of people on Zoom, but you can also do your Zoom Hangouts one-on-one. I also like FaceTime. I had a FaceTime family meeting on Sunday, and it was great to see my entire family. Um, it was on the phone, but it's great to see them still, hear them. I haven't tried this next idea, but I heard that there may be an option on Netflix to watch shows and movies together with your friends. So that's a pretty neat idea. So you can potentially all hop onto Zoom, watch a TV show together, laugh and comment on it while watching it. Now is also a great time to check in with people that you haven't talked to for a while, people that you've been disconnected from. Now is a great time to reconnect. You might find that you have a little bit of extra time on your hands to be able to do so. So remember that socializing, staying connected with family, friends is a big part of our emotional and mental health. So that has most likely changed for most of us. So remember, we need to be very intentional at this time to be able to reconnect and continue socializing. There's going to be a lot less opportunities to just randomly bump into someone and have a conversation. Now, moving on to the next thing I want to talk about, physical activity. This is a major one that has changed for me. So just 3 weeks ago, like I said, I was either riding my bike or walking to work. So that's like 15 to 20 minutes after work. I would walk or ride my bike to the WSU Rec Center, another 15 minutes, and then I would walk back at the end of the day. So I was getting a lot of physical activity in. And now I wake up and all I have to do, honestly, is hop from my bed into my chair and I'm at work. So there's no walking there. If I need to go get some food, it's just 10 feet away. And then at the end of the day, my home gym is literally in my living room, which is another 5 feet away. And so I've lost a lot of steps there. So a lot less exercise than before. But if you sit down, you can think of a lot of ways to make up for that loss. So I want to throw out some tips, some things that I've done, some things that I've heard other people do. And once again, I welcome you to throw your creative ideas to stay active into the chat box and help other kooks get some good ideas of how to stay active. Scheduling some walks. You're most likely not getting out and about as much as you used to. So I'd recommend getting to bed early, waking up early enough to get in a quick walk outside before work, or maybe during lunchtime or before you go to sleep. But get out, see the sky, see the sun if the sun's out, but get out. If you are going out, I would recommend avoiding crowded areas. I would recommend not touching doorknobs, handrails, and using the elevator if possible. So that's an idea. If you were a lifter like I was, a lot of things have probably changed for you. If you look around your property, I bet you can find a lot of things to lift and to use as exercise. So some things that I found around my property that I'm now using in my workout routine are a cinder block that I found in my yard. It had some mold on it. It had, not mold, it had some mold on it, some dirt on it, but I cleaned it up and I'm using it to do some squats. I found some 5-gallon jugs in the basement that I filled up with water, and now I'm doing bent over rows. I'm doing some lunges with them. When I was grocery shopping the other week, I bought a couple of sandbags and I filled them up with dirt, and now I'm doing kettlebell swings and doing squats with them. I have a set of stairs in my house that I'm walking up and down to get a little cardio in. I even found, just yesterday, I found a tree branch at a perfect height, sturdy enough that I can do some pull-ups on. So if you open your eyes and you get creative, you can find a lot of ways to continue your exercises at home, and it can actually be pretty fun. There are also some body weight exercises that you can do. At the end of this short talk, I will put a YouTube link in the chat box where a couple fitness professionals give you a lot of really great, easy home exercises that you can do using your body weight. But also, if you tune into some future Cougar Connect daily talks, UREC will be giving a lot of great ideas about how to work out at home. All right, going into our last topic that I find incredibly important, and I don't know which one of these is more important, but they're all pretty important to myself, is getting enough sleep. So um, in your new environment, as routines change, your sleep routine may have changed too, which could make it a little bit difficult to fall asleep. And sleep really is like a cornerstone to our mental health, our physical and emotional health. And it's recommended that adults get about 7 to 9 hours of sleep regularly on a daily basis. So a couple of tips to continue getting good sleep is, if you can, avoid working in your sleep spaces. So when you hit the pillow, when your bed hits the pillow, sorry, when your head hits the pillow, you want to be able to relax and not feel like you're at work. Um, another tip is to avoid the temptation of napping excessively. For example, I'm here right next to my bed working, and it could be very tempting to hop into bed and take a nap whenever I feel a little bit drowsy or tired. But I know that if I take a nap now, I might have a hard time falling asleep at night. If I have a hard time sleeping at night, I'm going to wake up a little groggy, not feel at my best. So find ways to stay away from your bed if possible. Don't take naps during the daytime. And if you do, 10 to 20 minutes should be enough once or twice a day. More than that, you're putting yourself at risk of not being able to sleep at night. And then, if possible, last thing related to sleep, try to stay on the same sleep schedule. If you're going to bed at 10 before, try to continue doing that. Stay in the same routine so that your body just knows when to get tired, when to fall asleep, and when to wake up, so you can keep some consistency there. So avoid the temptation of staying up too late watching TV and FaceTiming and all those other great things that you might try. Continue staying in that good routine that you've had before. So hopefully after this really brief conversation, we can have a little bit of awareness of how our routines have changed in the last 3 weeks and how we can tweak our self-care routine with social distancing. To wrap up, I do want to give you a little challenge and activity to try on your own time um, as you log off the Daily Coup Connect. And this is what my recommendation is. Find some time to write down all the ways that your circumstances have recently changed. And then within that, identify how your healthy habits may have been impacted. Once you've identified how those healthy habits have been impacted and how your routine has changed, brainstorm a plan to adapt your self-care routine to fill in some of those holes. And the more time you can spend thinking about how can you tweak your self-care routine, what do you need to do here, the more likely you're actually going to do it and stick to a new healthy self-routine plan. And I want to remind you, the key here is really you got to be intentional. Like you're out home, you're not going to get out as much, you're not going to bump into people as much to socialize. You really got to be intentional and proactive in setting up a structure that's healthy for you. So thanks for joining me today. Please join tomorrow at 10. We'll have